Hey, hey, hey.
Thanks for joining our office hours. Is there anything in particular that we can help with today?
No, I'm just got your email and said I checked this thing out. You are a developer or you are the boss or
No, well, no, I handle the marketing distribution for TimeBolt,
right.
and my partner is the brains behind the software. He'll be joining us very soon. I didn't know it, but everywhere in the world doesn't have a time zone switch. So he was like, "Are you starting early?" And it's like, "No, it's always been at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I mean, get with it." So.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, your marketing video is great. That you have an acting background or something? Because I was a trained actor and I said, man, that's a
No,
great
just
video.
just a lot of practice and use of my software to cut out all the time that, I don't make much
Yeah.
sense. It's seriously, I think jump cuts really like give you IQ points when people watch
Yeah.
like live. You
No,
can't.
but it's still a lot about presence and and being comfortable in front of camera. It's not that easy. It's not only cutting. Don't put your light under the table, you say.
Well, I've been in startups for about 15 years, and so learning the craft of how to pitch and what people care about, is something that I've been studying for quite some time. I'd plug Oren Klaff if you guys do something like that. If Oren Klaff is just fantastic at helping position products and giving you helping you formulate the right pitch for your company. What do you sell?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a dating coach in Germany, so I sell courses to help men get more comfortable around women.
I need that. Okay,
You liar! You liar!
I don't believe that.
uh,
No,
dude.
me neither.
I'm like I've been single now the longest period of my life for like 5 months, right? I mean, I'm finally starting to like myself and get,
Well, then you should learn the lost art of talking to strangers
yeah,
because you have a great presence, a great charm. So you would be doing really well with the ladies. I can assure you that.
yeah.
If
I'm
you
just gonna bunker up here and see where life takes me.
wait, where you resident?
I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm in my
Okay.
$5 million Colorado compound.
Yeah. Okay.
Just selling so much time bolt. And yeah, Maximilian. Just to continue on, there's a couple relationship coaches actually that are part of the Oren Klaff group, and if you're looking at how to pitch and position your services, I couldn't recommend those guys more.
What's that? They help you make a good marketing pitch or Oren
Oren
Klaff group.
Oren Klaff. His name's Oren Klaff with Pitch Mastery,
Oh,
and
okay.
and it's like a group that you join. It's like $90 a month or something like that, and you will
Hmm.
get one-on-one personal support. There's a weekly live call, and it really helps create some differentiation in the market, just how he thinks. And so a lot
So
of a lot of those teachings kind of go into our marketing videos. And David, what do you do?
I am a doctor in Brazil. I do videos about hip surgery, and I also have a marketing agency for doctors.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
this the jump cut will be amazing to use TimeBolt for my editors. We do a long format content, sometimes like 1 hour, and with interview for 1 hour, it's a lot of silence. We estimate that this will speed our editing about half of the time.
So it's cut time bolts cut your edit time into half, essentially.
Half the edit time, yeah.
Fantastic. And you're working with Final Cut Pro?
Final Cut Pro and Premiere. We have 4 editors, and it's half and half.
And so what does your workflow look like? Are you capturing in one long timeline and then
Yeah, one long
export?
timeline. But I just bought the time mode yesterday. I didn't try yet. Our plan is to do the jump cuts in time bolt and export by XML to Final Cut and Premiere.
Yeah,
Excellent.
that works.
And so maybe would you like kind of a quick rundown of what's possible? How to use, like, have you got a chance to like learning of the shortcut keys? There's like three of them that are just key. The S, L, and O, right? The S splits the timeline. L speeds it up. We now got 1.5x preview speed, and O quickly deletes scenes. And so once you learn those quick keys, you simply can't do it faster in any other editor, right? So once you learn the quick keys, people just entirely cut their timeline in TimeBolt before ever exporting to Final Cut. I'm excited to announce that Quinston has figured out a way to export fast forward and speed ramps from TimeBolt. Do you ever have a time where you're basically wanting to show not tell process?
No, that feature I think I wouldn't use. I don't need, but just the silence.
XML, and what about yourself? Do you have these, something like fast forward silences, for example, are great for the gaming community and people that do instructional tutorials, artists, you know, that have a process that they just want to speed up, but you can visually see it, but there's not really information to be talked about. So those are primary market use cases for fast forward silences.
No, not particularly. Also in my videos, I kind of think about it because it's also like a lot of teaching to camera, not a lot of writing or something that has to go on the phone now.
Excellent. And it looks like we've got Julian.
Yeah, hello.
How you doing, Julian?
I'm fine, thanks.
You are live on Office Hours with TimeBolt. What can you give me a little bit of background about how you use TimeBolt when you started using it?
I'm starting. In fact, I come from France, from Paris. I used TimeBolt for maybe 6 months or 1 year. I can't remember.
Oh, excellent. And what type of videos do you make?
I do some YouTube videos on crypto, finance, and investment.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, we all have our crypto horror story. Well, I mean, I'd say horror stories. You know, we got in it, I think, at like 37 or something, you know, and pretty much have just kind of gone sideways since then. Can you tell me a little bit about the impact that TimeBolt's had on your creation? Like, what drove you to find a solution?
In fact, I was just searching for a solution on the internet to cut all the silences because it was like annoying me, like passing time to remove all those silence parts. So, and I don't know how, but I came through your solution. So this is very useful for me.
Fantastic. Yeah, what's interesting with TimeBolt is you have to think that there's a solution. You know, a lot of guys have been editing for so long, you know, you just kind of tune out all the noise. I mean, there's so much. I'm surprised that there are so many editors out there that are like the fastest way to edit video, and it's like removing backgrounds and, you know, heavy AI stuff that might happen on a 15-second to 30-second clip. And it's got to be confusing for people, you know, because everybody says they're the fastest editor that's using AI, but they're very specific categories on what they actually speed up. Are you familiar with the quick keys and just some of the basic, like, do you edit your entire timeline in TimeBolt?
In fact, I don't use the whole TimeBolt. I think I use it just to cut the silence. I think maybe I didn't optimize the software, but it works like that.
Are you doing are you exporting to any design editors? Or are you rendering right in TimeBolt?
Yeah. In fact, at the beginning for 1 year, when I was, in fact, I planned 2 videos per week, which is like a huge schedule to do the content, the productions, and all the stuff. And at the beginning, I was doing all by myself. And now I do the cuts and I choose the content and then throw it to my designer who does the animations. So that's part of my job. I did delegate to someone else.
How do you throw it to your designer? Like, what's your process? You take the raw file and an XML and send it to him, or how does that work?
In fact, I do the process on Final Cut, and he works on Adobe. So I do export it in XML and then use a software, can't remember the name, X2CC or something like that, the XML of Final Cut to the XML of Adobe. Then I give him this file and he can use it. So I work on Final Cut and he does work on Adobe.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I did bought this software. I can't remember the name. So that is the process I use.
Quinston, do you have any suggestions for Julian about that workflow?
No, I just have one question. Like, TimeBolt does have an export to Premiere Pro option. Is there any specific reason why you choose to use Final Cut Pro? Like, what is your process? Like, if the editor is doing the editing, what is it that you do in Final Cut?
I do use TimeBolt to cut all the silences, and I put it on Final Cut. And from Final Cut, I do select all the content I wanted to be kept, yes, for the video. From then, I do export in
FCPX XML. Yeah.
And convert it to Adobe XML. That's why I don't use a TimeBolt for
Understood. I mean, there is a way in which, in some cases, where you can do so in TimeBolt, we have the concept of accepting or rejecting a clip. You see the red and the green, right? So if you press the O key, for example, the green will become red, which means that you're rejecting that clip, and that clip will not show up in the FCP XML. So instead of like deleting the clips, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, you can still use Final Cut Pro, but maybe it will be a faster process if you just learn those quick keys that Doug was talking about, where you can glide through the timeline very fast. Instead of like doing the export and then going to Final Cut Pro, opening that up and doing all those, you can just export XML from Premiere Pro directly to Premiere Pro directly.
Yeah, I understand, but now I've got my workflow on Final Cut in.
No, it's okay. I'm not saying you should change it. I'm just saying it's one more way to think about it. Like maybe you can spend some time just exploring it.
Sure.
Yeah, Julian. So what we found is, and what editors that are making a lot of video have used Premiere for quite some time, is that our timeline editor is simply faster to accept or reject footage. And so maybe this is something that you haven't seen before. We could do a quick review. So what we've got basically three quick keys, three shortcuts, okay, that will really speed up your editing process and let's just say, you were able to do your cut and keep of your scene work all inside TimeBolt. Are you recording to where you're seeing the video preview and stuff like that inside TimeBolt?
Excuse me?
When you drop your file into TimeBolt, do you see a video preview?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Some with H.265, we don't we're not supporting that yet. But so you can essentially see all your footage. And so the three keys to really know are L, S, and O. Okay, LSO. And so L starts the playhead. How to make that crap? And it allows you to increase you just press it any number of times, up to 5 times, and it just increases the speed at which you're able to preview your footage, right?
Yeah.
So you can do up to 1.5x. Now let's just say
need to get a laser cut.
I don't need this section. You hit O and it shuts it off, right? It just turns it off. Yes, you can go up here and do this, but if you're looking for a reason to bypass Final Cut when you're just getting the final footage, you can't beat these quick keys. So O, you can quickly delete huge swaths, and then S.
I don't think I've got any food here, actually.
So let's just say, this is something we want to remove. You hit S and it splits the timeline. You don't have to go right here and click this. These are all, and you can use your right arrow key to hit S, O, right? So you can move, you can cut scenes in the middle, and then if you're wanting to scan the timeline, the other feature that we added is up and down arrow keys. Okay, the up and down arrow keys, you can see how quickly I can scan a timeline, right? Just by holding up or down. It essentially functions like, it just doesn't turn the scenes on or off. So now what Quinston was saying is that if you are able to cut your timeline exactly the way that you want inside TimeBolt, you could then save this as a XML file.
XML, yeah.
And you would provide your raw source file and the XML file to your editor, and it would save, probably 15-20 minutes of conversions.
Yeah, I understand. But in fact, sometimes I do a video and add parts at the end of the video and have to place it somewhere else in the video. That's why.
Understood.
In fact, TimeBolt is pretty quick. I do the FCP. I put it on XML on Final Cut and do my stuff and export it. It's very like maybe 1 minute.
No, that makes sense.
Just a question, Doug, because in fact, I don't know if you remember, but in fact, I've got a problem with Final Cut, which annoys me a lot. Since maybe 2 or 3 weeks, the XML works on TimeBolt, but when I import it in, it does a quickie stuff, and the cuts are misplaced. In fact, I don't know if it's due to. I saw that there was a new version of TimeBolt, but do you have any return from this type of problem? Because
can you show us an example? Like, I mean, if there's a bug, we'll fix it. I mean,
yeah, I can show you. Want me to show you?
In TimeBolt, when you don't talk, it's like it never happened. When you go to post this, I have no problem with silence on live calls. Maximilian, don't you jump off this call.
What?
Don't jump off this call before we get a chance to talk.
No
I can show you with my camera, maybe here.
Yeah, and that's why we asked for both the screen share and the raw source file, because we need to be able to see like what your work, like the settings that you put inside TimeBolt. You know, it's just us just seeing it, and what your export process looks like, and then on the other end, like what you are seeing is happening with the file, so we can work to replicate the issue, where maybe it's a workflow, or you have some new codec that we haven't been able, that we don't support yet.
Doug, can you put the name of the guy you recommended in the chat, because I didn't find anything about it.
I come back. Okay.
I swear this guy's gold, dude. I've been with him
Klaff.
for like 8 years. He is a best-selling author of the book Pitch Anything.
Yeah. Heard about it. Yeah.
He's got a great support staff as well. What do relationship coaches do?
Depends if they're for people who want a relationship and get to that stage, because that isn't easy as well. I say always, like, dating is like primary school, and living in a relationship and keeping it is like mastery class. So then there's coaches who help you to sustain a long-lasting and happy relationship.
It's what's interesting. Like you almost have to teach men how to be men, right? Like
100%.
Like there's so much. Like they call it, betatization through 1,000, a million concessions. That's a real thing. I mean, and that's
it's real. Yeah. I mean, most of the guys come to me, they're far more good looking than me, and they're like this muscular, good looking guys, but they just don't have a clue, And the thing is, like, whole society tells you to not do what is really working,
Yes.
So I grew up with my mother too, and I thought always, it's working men and women are like the same thing, and if a woman is interested in me, she will give me some hint or invite me to a date. But it never happened until my 20s. Still, I realized, no, it's the Stone Age, man. You have to rise up and you have to do it. The whole job is on your shoulders as a man. And if you take this responsibility, then suddenly your dating life will be far more better. But women are super passive in dating. So you have to take the lead and to be, even though they can be as modern as they want, comes to the dating department in the 50s or before.
Like I've been in relationships most of my life. I mean, I try not to be a serial monogamist, but like things either work or don't work out. But you give it your best shot, but you always end up hearing this argument. It's like, guys, they're always wanting to solve problems, right? They're not wanting, they won't just sit there and listen. And I got to thinking about it. I was like, the reason guys solve problems is because we're expected to lead, right? And as soon as you take that away, it actually decreases the attraction from the female. So the very thing that they complain about men not, just wanting to help solve a problem, is what we're designed to do. And so it goes, it's just a really interesting instance where women believe that they're attracted to one thing, but in fact it's actually the opposite.
There's this communication and everything, so that's so toxic, because a lot of sustaining a healthy relationship is really understanding the difference between men and women and really living with it, and that you can still be equals. That's a misconception in our days, but you're still very different talking, very different feeling. And as a man, women are more attuned to it because they are like more emotional creatures. They learn it from the girlfriends and everything. But men just walk in there like clueless, and they get
Ready to
yeah, I
plead.
don't know. Yeah, they get really driven over by women's emotion. If they cannot deal with it, I don't know, they're clueless, helpless.
I thought somebody had said that they were a doctor.
For
No,
hips,
I've got a YouTube channel.
Oh, the YouTube channel. Well, yeah, because I used to market plastic surgery, so I'm kind of like a surgeon.
Not at all.
You don't look like.
What?
I think it was the other guy.
That's my.
The hip.
That line never works. But so, do you have access?
Yeah. Normally it's okay. I will show you. Do you see my screen? Yeah. So I'll show you. I take maybe this part one, do all the stuff. Normally I do it like automatically. I don't change things in it. Then I do FCP.
Can we just check? Can I just see your set? Hold on. Just scroll up just a little bit. I just want to see your settings. Okay.
I don't change it. The settings are automatic.
Well, you could. You just what I'm saying is that you could, like, if you scroll up. Okay, these are see like that little sliver of silence right there, and those little parts, like those are things that you don't want to spend time cutting out, right? I would try and decrease your decibel level to -35, and then scroll down. See, let's see, ignore detection shorter than. Okay, so I would put that at 0.75. Okay, yes. And that will get the random mic strikes and, continuation words where like, or like, so.
You click on the update.
Yeah. Left padding, you can put at 0.1, 0.01, and that allows you to be more, so I typically do, 0.01, and then remove silences longer than. I don't know if you like just a boatload of cuts, but you can either do 0.2 to 0.5. It's totally up to you. You can leave it right at 0.2. You hit update silence detection settings. See what your new waveform looks like. Okay, as you can see, it's much cleaner. Like
it's not this one.
Okay, so go in there and just see what that word is. What's being said.
It's a normal word.
It's a normal word. Looks like a repeat. Or I don't know.
Put in the red part. It'll skip the green one.
It's a normal word. Strange.
You need to increase the.
That's because so what if you increase the remove silences longer than to put it at 0.5?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that now cleaned up. It decreased the amount of just quick cuts that you have, and as you can see, all your words are actually kept too.
Let's go into Final Cut now.
Yeah, we'll go into Final Cut.
I don't remember which one it was.
You can click on it.
You got to save
the thing that came up, pop up. You can click on that.
Yeah,
and
double
just
click
open
that.
the folder.
No, I think it's
This one?
The first one.
There you go.
One.
Okay, then I go on.
You can double click that file.
You can double click it. Yeah, just double.
You can double click it. Okay. Normally I've got it on my external screen, but this is a file, is it? Yeah.
Yes, I can see.
Yeah. And you see, it's strange. Like the cuts.
Yeah.
Like this one, you see, when I extend, I still have words here. You see, and it cuts here, and the same. This silence is still here. This one's still here, and here it's like.
Okay, I think we'll need to check it out. Can you send me this file?
The XML one?
Yeah, just you can go to the link over there, which I put in the chat. But you need to upload it to like something like Dropbox or something.
Not just the.
Or you can do a V transfer or V transfer.
Not just the XML, okay? Because we can't do anything. Just the
Not
XML.
the XML, the main file. Yeah, both.
This one and this one.
The 17 gig file.
Yeah,
how big is it? Is it already on Dropbox?
Julian, that's a very special case, and I'm glad you're able to bring it to our attention. There are just some codec files that just need a little tweaking and for Quinston to run his magic, right? And that happens to be one of them. Typically 85 to 90% of the time, it is the settings are wrong. Like they have bad cut settings, and that's what the left or right padding's way off, but yours is on, and so all your settings are correct. So this is something that we would, Quinston will check out the file.
Are you all working in TimeBolt or
Yes, this
all the
is
people here?
no.
Yeah.
Quinston and I are partners. Maximilian started using TimeBolt not too long ago, and
And you do also you do this type of Zoom every day?
Thursday, every Thursday.
every Thursday. Yeah, we figured,
Yeah.
you know,
Because you told me to join you told me to join the conversation, and I didn't know where I was going to.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why I'm
just-
asking.
it just happened to be that you emailed on the day of our office hours.
Okay.
It's typically
So yeah, the problem is strange because on TimeBolt the cuts are good, and when I had it on Final Cut, it's messed up. At the beginning of the video, it's quite good, and as long as going far in the video, it's getting worse and worse.
How do you capture? What camera do you use to capture?
I do Sony A7 III.
It's another Sony cam.
The folders just has a file, an XML file. Are you uploading the other one? Is it being uploaded?
It's coming very slowly. Maybe I can speed up with
What I'll do
one.
as that file's uploading, if all right with you, I'll just do a quick rundown of exporting speed ramps, our fast forward silences through Final Cut.
It's your place.
It's yours.
Nice know, by the way.
Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, what we've got our file uploaded. You can set fast forward silences. Let's say you decide, hey, look, if I stop talking for 10 seconds, that's because, or 20 seconds, it's because I'm illustrating something. So you could put this at like 20 seconds. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm just going to do this export. But as you can see, you've got your fast forward silences in orange. Export Final Cut Pro. Sorry, I've got some weird program. Open with Final Cut Pro. All right. And so you just basically double click the file. What we have is a gaming file, and this one actually has multi-track audio. So it has the gaming background audio plus the video commentary. So we focused in TimeBolt on just cutting to the commentary. At this point, you just want to enable both tracks. Well, it typically comes with this unenabled. So now you've got background audio as well. And I'll be able to show you basically where there's no audio pieces coming through.
Truck, and I'm really excited about it. We have
So
the
as you can
now.
see now, the exports are speed ramps are now
Thing,
included.
I'm sure of it. Wait, was it 1 or 2?
And that's actually a very big deal for tutorial makers and gamers, not having to what they used to have to do is basically render the video out in TimeBolt once to get the speed ramps right, and then the second time to remove the silences. And so they've got a fully rendered video that they then had to put inside Final Cut or Adobe Premiere. This just skips all of that for everyone.
There we go.
So fantastic job, Quinston. Well, does anybody else have any questions? Is this something you want to get back to Julian on, or you want to do a live trouble?
No, we'll so I'll test the file and figure out what's going on, and then once we're done, we can send Julian an email with the version which has the bug fix, and then Julian can test it, and then we can push it to production.
A question: you can, but you can also just export to video MP4 or something, because I'm not using Final Cut or Adobe.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So where's that? If this is just your finish, if you're just finishing a video, you simply hit add to render queue and then start rendering, and that will output an MP4 with all the cuts made and speed ramps baked in.
But right now, I think I read something on the description, but you're working also on a cut and zoom feature, because that makes the cuts more interesting. One of your competitors has it, but you have to upload the video, and it really looks kind of cool, like dynamic to jump in the camera and then jump out.
Oh yeah, punch out. Yeah, we're working on that right now.
Yes, I completely agree. I mean, it would be nice. It's going to be nice one day when we're actually able to, select the zoom amount. You can select zoom amounts for random clips. Just to make it as jumpy as you'd like. Yeah, but punch in, punch out would be big force as well.
Cool.
It's the same. It's kind of the same principle of exporting the XML with speed ramps. It's we're just applying effects to individual clips, not increasing the length of the video and adding to it.
And any ETA or
It's gonna take a few months because there's a lot about the backlog stuff like this one, like the speed ramps or something. We have to also push out to Camtasia. Then it's also for EDLs, and like these are all need to be supported with the speed ramp. So we're working on that right now. But then once that's done, we'll have a priority check, and then hopefully punch in, punch out will be the next feature we'll do.
You know, one of the things that we're looking at and prioritizing is also capture, right? You guys, like, you're making quick video. Julian, I don't know if your camera is like a video source that you're capturing, that you're bringing into OBS or anything like that. Or are you capturing just...
I'm recording on a SD card and put it in my laptop. Then
with capture and TimeBolt, you can select any camera source. And so the idea is, hey, look, if you're going to go ahead and capture this content anyway, you know, do multi-screen content. We have a beta capture program, but you're only able to do one screen right now. But really the idea is to create one fast linear workflow so that once you capture that video content, it auto pushes into TimeBolt, right? So you can do very quick video that way. It eliminates clicks and it's just a more integrated experience.
I have a Sony cam too, but I have it with a capture card, so that would be helpful for me. I record that directly to PC.
You record directly to PC?
Yeah, speeds up the whole process, and I don't like to put a thing out and in and stuff, and so
yeah, Julian, that's something that you could do, is get a capture card and run it right to your computer so that, you know, you're getting a clean digital source in, which I'm sure your camera allows. And then that way, once we have our capture, you can just add it as a source, and you can also bring it into OBS right now, and you know, that file, it just is saved to your computer. It just makes it a little faster. Plus with audio, I'm not sure how you're recording audio as well, but you can bring in a separate audio source so you can get that cleaned up as well and automatically sync to the file.
in fact, my audio is linked directly on my camera.
Oh, fantastic. I didn't know that was possible. I mean, I didn't even know.
So I've got the audio directly on my camera. And
Well,
I was wondering, which is maybe not part of the software, but do you plan to like do some marketing in France or?
Actually, the first place that we landed was France. Okay, like really landed. We had his name's Hardisk, and he has a channel Hardisk, and 247,000 subscribers. But I mean, they're like of video creators, and pretty early on in TimeBolt's process, he signed up to be an affiliate, and that was, we sold a lot of subscriptions in France. For us, it's more about we've got the structure and system for affiliates to make videos and earn 20% recurring commissions on those, and it's all simple sign up and automated. You're inputting your PayPal account, and we do auto payments out to people and handled very quickly. So we can always use more, right? If you have suggestions for us, certainly.
I think the main problem, I do speak English, I understand English, but many French people don't know how to read English. So that will be the main problem, I think, on TimeBolt.
That makes
like
sense.
A French word, like a French version of TimeBolt.
Because when I talk about to my fellow YouTubers in crypto, and I talk about TimeBolt, they say, "Is this real?" I say, "Yeah, it works very well." But many of them don't know English. So normally the file is on Dropbox right now.
Okay, I'll check.
Well, gentlemen, I think unless there's any additional questions, I think that's the end of our office hours, and it was a pleasure meeting you on March 24, 2022.
Nice to meet you guys.
And we'll get back to you, Julian, with your file, and Maximilian, let's just stay in contact, because
hit me up. I don't know if you have anything from me, an email or something.
Yeah. I'm Doug at TimeBolt.io.
No, okay. Doug at TimeBolt.io. Okay.
And I'll save your email. So thank you very much, and appreciate you guys choosing TimeBolt and helping us make this product better.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You didn't say the like and subscribe for YouTube stuff.
Oh yeah. Smash the pound the like button, smash the subscribe, what all you're supposed to do as a professional YouTuber.
And hit the notification bell.
I definitely be notified anytime we upload anything to YouTube, because we like to be disruptive.
All right. Cool.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Appreciate it.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Awesome, guys. Have a nice day.